Hi, welcome to What's Up in Endo, episode 5. I am Holly,
And I'm Bettina.
and I believe the topic of conversation is opioids or not to use opioids. Am I correct?
Yes.
Uh, that's a tough one.
Well, tough for some. I think it's a balancing act.
I think it is. Because sometimes, to be honest, as much as I want to do the natural thing, sometimes need that extra help.
hmm I think the key is just to know when you need to take them.
Yes. Because your tolerance can build up fast if you're taking them on a regular basis. So I think like the only taking them when you're that to that point.
hmm It's also a slippery slope when you start to take them every day. You upping your chances for becoming addicted to opioids.
Oh,
I mean, if I've learned nothing else, the way to go is only taking them really as needed in severe cases. Um, Anything other than that, and you stand a chance becoming addicted.
yes.
But there are different types of addictions, like the psychological versus
Your body craving it.
physiology. Um, the the one where your body gets used to it is not anything that you have control over. There's a difference. If your body needs it, that that's not nothing you have control over. Saying that you're in that much pain. The one where you're physically thinking that you have to have this drug or you can't live or function, that's the one that's the problem.
That's when you become you're in the addiction, whatever, the addict mindset.
Right. If you're feeling like you can't function without your opioids, um, I suggest you seek out help because you're starting to go down the road of having a problem.
You don't want to have a problem.
No. But last thing we want to do is stigmatize if you do have a problem because it happens and you're only human.
Exactly. Eventually after I think it's kind of inevitable after a certain point with opioid medication and chronic pain. With
Um, I have to disagree only because I've been off and on opioids since all this started in 2009. And according to statistics, I should be addicted, but I'm not. So I
I'm
think
not
it's
either.
willpower.
I think I don't know. I also think it possibly could be like genetics. Like, you know what I mean? Play a part because like how they say like some people are just destined to be alcoholics or whatever.
I don't think it's genetics. I think it's personality. If you have a cult like personality, you will fall for it.
True.
If you have an addictive personality, it doesn't matter if it's an opioid, it could be food. You're going to be addicted to something.
True.
I think that addicts have been so stigmatized that people need to be careful to not further perpetuate the stigma.
Hmm. I think that it's a slippery slope. You can't just automatically go, "Oh, this person's an addict." You don't know what that person's going through.
Well, that and the Medfield is so shitty to people who are addicts or former addicts.
Mm,
There's just a lot in this country that has to change because people are dying over this.
exactly.
Either they're too afraid to ask for pain medicine because of the stigmas, or they become addicted from a script, because let's face it, script addicts didn't get there by themselves. No, doctors helped them get there.
And I
Because,
think a lot of that has to put blame on the doctors because they know when somebody's coming in just for pain medicine. After a while, they know.
they rather push pills. I mean, if we're going to talk about people with addiction, we've got to help hold the doctors accountable, because I think that is a big problem in this country. Nobody's holding them accountable, and they are accountable. They're just as accountable as the drug dealer on the corner.
Exactly.
I have a big problem with that shit because of what I've been through.
Exactly. I can't understand why they can't go, okay, this person's an addict. Okay, now I have, this is what I should be doing versus just giving them more pain medicine.
I witnessed one of the biggest addicts I think I've ever ran across as far as scripts. It's all over her record. They didn't care. They kept giving it to her. And like I told one of the doctors when she OD'd, stop writing a fucking script. She can't get into your computer and write the script. And you already have the inkling because it's everywhere, all over her record. Why are you continuing to go? And I told him, I said, if she's a pill addict, she didn't get here by herself. You guys helped her.
Mm-hmm.
I just have a real problem with the whole doctors aren't responsible bullshit.
I always thought the doctors were at least partially responsible, if not most of the way, because they know.
Uh-huh.
You're going to
Uh,
tell me that you don't know that somebody's still just using opioids just once they had surgery and they're still asking for pain medicine 6 months later.
right.
They know. They're not stupid. They went to school. They shouldn't be stupid with that kind of thing.
Well, I mean, it's a slippery slope all the way around, just because you have the patients like us that are in legit pain and keep saying they're in pain, and that's fine.
Yes.
But then you have the ones that you can clearly tell they fallen into despair, and that you shouldn't keep giving opioids to. But a true opioid addict is not only going to go to their doctor. Trust me, I've witnessed it firsthand. They're not just going to their doctor, and they're not going to the streets.
No, they're going to the hospitals, to the ERs, they're going to the other doctors that they're finding, whatever, to get those scripts.
They even cross state lines.
It's ridiculous.
It's sad to me,
It is.
because mental health is really serious to me.
And
I
I
don't know
think
about
that
everybody else.
and I hate when they put the whole like every like they always want to categorize people that have chronic pain in the addict box, which
Right,
isn't the case.
right.
Not everybody is an addict. We need help sometimes. I'm not gonna say I don't. I thought about going yesterday, but I just it's crazy for me to think that like just because you have chronic pain you're an addict. That makes no sense.
That's part of the stigma.
It is.
And I am so glad some states are deciding to fight that stigma.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and on the non-opioid side, you have like marijuana, kratom, stuff like that,
CBD oil.
CBD oil.
They have this one I want to try, the CBD isolate.
Yes, it sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, you've got options. And I've even heard that yoga helps some.
Yeah.
Um,
And it
so,
also might make you feel more alive. Let's just be real. Like sometimes we get in a in a funk, and we don't, we're just like, okay, this is my life, and I'm just here. And I think like when you get into yoga or any activity like that, it makes you feel more alive.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Go ahead.
Lost train of thought.
I did too.
I think the bleach got to my head.
Hey, I think it's the chronic pain. Okay, my memory has been going slowly, more and more. It just keeps getting worse.
Yeah. But like obviously if you have a cyst or endometrioma, don't be afraid to go
Exactly.
and listen to your body. Nobody else knows. You know.
Yes. Okay. I think. Do you have anything else to add before we close out this episode?
Nope.
Okay. Thank you guys for viewing. Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.